right? So let's jump right in. Let's jump right in, Elder Lawyer, if you will. Let's first go to, and we're going to use the Apocrypha today, and we're going to use a few extra biblical texts. Okay? Gentiles.
Stream this while I'm listening.
What are Gentiles? Well, in a nutshell, brothers and sisters, Gentiles are nations outside of the children of Israel. Okay? They are the races on the outside of the 12 tribes. Now, it doesn't matter what they believe, what religion they follow. Okay? Their religious persuasion have nothing to do with their ethnicity according to bloodline. Now, they're trying to confuse people in the earth with this intermingling and the mixing of people and all these other things that they use through media. So to confuse the warfare, all right, to confuse who's who. But in a nutshell, especially for those who are fairly new to this understanding or new to actually jumping into the Bible, there's only 3 separate families out of Noah. Okay? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. 3. Okay? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Hamites are predominantly North Africans. The original Ethiopians, which are Cushites, all the way from what? Iraq into East India. Cushites, the original people. Like Nimrod would have been considered a Hamite from North Africa. Egyptian, North Africa. The ones who are dark skinned with the straight hair, that's how Hamites look.
I'm cooking right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay? We are not Hamites. We are from the seed of Shem.
Yep.
Through Shem comes who? Through Shem comes
Africans
Abraham.
didn't sell themselves
From
out.
Abraham,
There were Hamites,
Isaac,
and the Israelites
Jacob.
on slave ships
We
were
are the
Israelites.
12 tribes of Israel. Then you would have in Shem, well, the notable families, Edomites, who are white people. They're also Shemites, but they are not from the 12 tribes of Israel. It doesn't matter their religion, whether they're Christian, whether they're Jewish, okay, whether they're atheists. Their bloodline according to the table of nations in the Bible. When you go down the table of nations and you go through Isaac, who had 2 sons, Esau is a Shemite. Okay? The so-called Europeans aren't from the Caucasus Mountains. They are from Mount Seir. They are also in our family of Shem. The other notable from Shem, Arabs. They're from Ishmael. They're also Shemites, but they are not from the chosen tribes of Israel. So you can be from Shem, but still a Gentile. You understand that? So I don't want people to get confused when Kanye West stated that he cannot be anti-Semite. Well, that's really a mispronunciation of Shemite, really. That he cannot be anti-Semite because we're Jews. Jewish people or white people aren't the only Shemites. Arabs are Shemites, but they're Gentiles. White people, including white Jewish people, are Gentiles, according to the Bible. And it doesn't matter what religion you're following. That's quite simple, right? Then you have Asians. Okay? Asians are Japhetic. Now, what we have in India is a mixture between the two. We have a mixture between the Cushites from Babylon and a mixture of Japhites that came in. That was part of the Medes and all that went into that country and made what? The East Indians we see today. They are Gentiles. Okay? Then you would have who? You would have when you come over to Iran. The Iranians are also, listen to me clearly, some of them are Shemites and some of them are what? Japhites. Japheth. You understand that? You understand that? So now, even though you can be from Shem, like Chinese people, they're Japheth people. Outright. The Japanese people are Japheth. Outside of the 12 tribes that left Samaria, who went in to Japan. They went into Japan from Samaria after 721, and these began the samurais from Samaria. So there's a clear distinction between the honorable Israelites who went into Asia and the Gentile Asians. Okay? But all in all, in a nutshell, so that no one is confused, Gentiles only mean non-Israelites. Y'all got that? Non-Israelites. Now, we being Israelites are under attack by all of the Gentile nations. We're under attack. But the question remains, why? Why? Well, when you go to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, Elder Lawyer, if you will.
Heb daar pot in mijn community pas.
Are the Gentiles attacking us? And see, some people believe an attack is something outright frontal. Right? We believe that it's someone taking a bat or shooting us and all these other things. And some of that is happening too. But brothers and sisters, this is more overt. Deprivation, when it comes to financial deprivation, cutting off opportunity, right? Misguiding and misdirecting or miseducating our children. These are all indirect attacks that affect the children of Israel long term. Okay? So why? Well, Elder Lawyer, if you will, I'm just going to jump here real quick. I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 28 under the curse. All right? Deuteronomy 28. Now again, I want to say this. No one can claim I'm teaching this, that this is racist or whatever the case is, because then I'm going to show you, according to the Bible, that all nations have an opportunity to repent. And if they don't get in order, a judgment is coming. So you can't confuse us with people who would say, well, white people don't have a chance and other races of people, they don't have a chance based on what they've done. Nah, don't confuse us with that, okay? Okay? Because what we personally feel, even if we wanted to feel that way, doesn't matter. It's what God says.
Yep.
It's what God says. And the Most High God in this Bible is not a respecter of persons. He's not a respecter of persons when it comes to judgment. Whether you be Jew, Gentile, whether you be an Israelite, if you do right, you reap what you sow. Good comes to you. If you do wrong, whether you be an Israelite 100% or a Gentile, judgment is coming to you. So that's when it seems the Most High is not a respecter of persons in judgment. But there is a biblical hierarchy according to scriptures, and that's not racist at all. Israel, according to God, is above all races of people. It doesn't matter how we're being treated in our current status in the earth. Doesn't matter. We are the hierarchy according to God. That's not me boasting. That's who God chose.
Yep, just the Bible.
Another reason we're being attacked. But let me go to the curses real quick. Right? Let's go straight to Deuteronomy 28, Elder Lawyer, where it says, if we listen, he would set us above all people on the earth.
But if we don't follow the commandments,
28 and
slave
1.
ships.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy 28, verse number 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
That he would set Israel above all nations of the earth. Okay? When you look at that word nations, you get what? Let me show you. When you look at that word nations here, in the Hebrew, when you see that word nations, brothers and sisters, in the Hebrew,
I'm not looking at the chat because I'm cooking.
you get what? Let me show you. Above all nations. Hebrew 1471. Now I'm going to click on that. And to my right, you'll see it says the word goy. Goy or goyim. And as you can see, it says a foreign nation, hence a Gentile. Okay? And then it also says a troop. A troop of animals. And that's also speaking of operating heathenistically. Okay? Locusts. Right? So when you go into it, they come in packs. They come in groups like a locust. They come and they work together. Gentile, heathen, nation, people. So I know we're not going into a full-scale classroom teaching like we do tomorrow, but I wanted to give some people some, a reference point to understand, so that when the scriptures come out, no one can claim that there's racism and all these others. This is the Bible's definition of what? A Gentile.
It's the Bible.
And so many people are confused with this. And it's just, in a nutshell, a foreign nation or race outside of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yep.
Doesn't matter your religion.
12 tribes of Israel.
Okay? Doesn't matter what you believe.
Are not the people in Israel today. I'll tell you that right now.
It so happens that the blacks, the Hispanics that were conquered and colonized, the North American Indians
blacks,
that were
North American
colonized, those that were colonized in Australia when the British came, and in the
Hawaii,
South
Mexicans,
Pacifics like
Cubans,
Haiti, like Hawaii and
Philippines,
all these other areas, the Haitians, the Jamaicans. It so happens these people that I've just mentioned are from the lost tribes of Israel,
dark-skinned people.
suffering the curse.
That's Israel, bro.
Okay? Every other race of people outside of the people
in Israel
that
today
I've
are
just mentioned,
just
and there's
Romans,
a few
just
more,
Esau,
Cubans,
Edomites.
Dominicans,
That's why they got the star
Puerto
Moab.
Ricans, all of
Satanic
these particular
pentagram. Like,
people
wake up to reality.
are under attack by the lost tribe, by the Gentiles. And it was prophesied this attack would happen. Okay? Why? Because it states here that the Most High have chosen Israel. Read it again, O
Those
Lord.
same
Yes, sir. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken
Romans and
diligently
Israel,
unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
the guy
to
is Satan,
observe
and
and to do
they
all
own
his
everything. Top
commandments,
1%,
which I
though.
command thee
I'm
this
not talking
day,
about every single
that
one.
the
I'm
Lord
talking
thy
about the
God
top
will set
1%.
thee on high above all the nations of the earth.
All the races of the earth, the Gentiles. So the Most High gave Moses the law. So
Then it's easy because when Christ was fasting for 40 days, 40 nights, Satan appeared to him, offered him all nations. That means he controlled all the governments. He's been doing this since Christ was alive. So it's like all these governments, all satanic, they all work together. Then the Bible, I think Psalms something. It's like the United Nations, they all come together trying to destroy Israel and stuff. Put out the education, all that, bro. You can look that up.
that we could do what? So that we can bring forth righteousness to the whole world through the Most High himself. By keeping the law as an example, the earth is in peace. Y'all understand that? So you see all the lawlessness going on is because the lawgivers and the people who were tasked by the Almighty to administer the law
Christians, Roman Catholics,
has fallen.
Well,
so without
it's
the
not
people
them. It's
who
really
had
just
the law,
the Israelites, actually.
brothers and sisters, there would be what?
The Levites.
Chaos.
But
Chaos. So that's a
it
logical
shows
way of
you
understanding
people in
why
Christianity
the world is what it
don't follow the Bible because they're supposed to be giving out, they're supposed to be teaching these laws, but they just don't. So that leads to curses. And it's coincidental that them doing that gives them more power because Esau, there's nations that rule. Like if you read the Bible, there's nations that rule. And Esau is one of them right now. And obviously, I just told you all those people up there are Esau. So if Israelites don't follow the law, Esau stays on top. So it's really an agenda for them to stay in power and to give them more time. That's all it really is. Satanic agenda. Because those people in Israel that are not Revelation 2:9, they believe in the Talmud and they read the Kabbalah, bro. They're witches and warlocks. Like, don't participate in any of those religions or any of those holidays, bro. Or you're under some spell, bro. I'm telling you.
is today. And if you get caught up into every minute
You can look it up. Don't just assume. Don't assume I'm wrong. Look it up.
confused aspect of this world, it'll wear you out. Right? You'll become confused. You would start thinking, well, what God would allow this? And then you'll get consumed in all of the confusion, which I'm going to tell you, that's Satan's modus operandi. He throw all this stuff out there so that you don't understand what's really going on. And if you get caught up in the wash of it because there's so much confusion, it wears on your faith. And obviously you'll be...
Yep, there's so much false doctrines out there that it's easy to believe in it. Like, there's so much out there. Gotta have a foundation, and that's the Bible. You need that foundation. You can't sit there and believe in God and believe in Big Bang and evolution. It's like, nah, that doesn't work. You can't believe in no evolution and believe in a God. It's not happening, but it ain't gonna happen. Can't believe in no space aliens and believe in God. The whole space alien thing, they're just fallen angels, bro. That's all they are, bro. They're literally fallen angels. There is no aliens at all. They're just fallen angels.
Begin to turn away from God, questioning whether or not God exists. See, and we try to make it simple for you, logical. That don't get caught up in the fray, in the chaos. Understand why the chaos exists. God's people who were meant to uphold the law fell from grace. And then the heathens gained power.
Yep. Esau.
Now, let me show you this.
People in Israel.
The Bible is a book of judgment. And there's do's and don'ts in the Bible. It states here that, but if
Also a history
we
book.
were to go away from the law of God, step away from the book, the scrolls. Let's read it, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So Israel, with all glory and honor comes responsibility. Don't complain about a world, right, that we had an opportunity to lead. No, you can't complain about it. What you can do is point out the wickedness so to gain your original position as God's people. And that's when the change begins.
Stop coping and acting like the government ain't satanic.
Righteousness undo the curse. That's what undo the curse.
Gotta point out the wickedness, bro.
So,
we can't just keep ignoring it.
Listen to this clearly now. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, Israel. All 12 tribes. Now, if you listen, I'll put you above all people.
Gotta expose the evil, bro.
Now, go down to the 64th verse, and I'll show you the curse. A matter of fact, 46.
Yes, sir. Verse 46.
Yes?
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
And the curses shall be upon Israel.
This is GLCC.
For a
You guys
sign
on 144
and
on
a
YouTube.
wonder.
And upon thy seed forever.
So by not listening,
Guys on 144 on YouTube.
all what we read in Deuteronomy 28 will fall on the children of those who disobey the law. Generational curses.
Yep.
So unless we decide to break the curse is handed down through our children, to our children. That's all it is. You would have thought that our people have learned a lesson, but unless we break the curse, our children becomes the curse. Quite that simple.
Yep.
See? Generational, going around in circles, bumping our heads all around, and now that dysfunction falls on our children.
Yep.
Which gives the Gentiles a new generation to take advantage.
Being programmed by society.
Simple.
Look at all the influencers, these
And this is
YouTube
why the
influencers.
Gentiles work. And
like people love like I Show Speed, AMP, and all of them. Like I don't even know the rest really. That's all I really know. But they're just bad influences, bro. It's crazy. All the rap music and stuff. I don't know.
incentivize dysfunction any place our people reside. Because our dysfunction does what? It allows them to stay in a what? In a authoritative position. So they'll incentivize.
Just like I said earlier. While we're asleep, they're in power, bro. As long as we're asleep, bro, they stay in power, bro. That's why they push their demonic agenda on us of politics, anti-guy, like LGBT2, equality, like African, black, white, divide and conquer with politics, religion. It's all like the schools don't teach nothing. Space, evolution, it's all a lie, bro. Big Bang, planets, all that crap is a lie, bro. It's all systematic. All those lies that we believe in keeps them in power, bro. Top 1% evil Satanists, bro. Those are just all lies. And people just take them and believe them. It's like, dude, how do you... It's funny, bro. It's funny, man. Like, people trust too much in the government, man. They trust too much in them, bro. Government doctors and all that, man. I'm telling you, bro. You shouldn't. Example. Revelation 1:14-15. The Bible describes Christ as dark skinned with white wool hair. Obviously, in Christianity and Roman Catholics, they don't show that. They don't present Christ as being that. They present him as Caesar Borgia, not the actual Christ, a Roman man, like poisoner and all that. So if they're gonna lie on the first begotten of the Father in heaven, they will lie about anything else. Like it, dude, they'll lie to you so fast. It's not even funny, bro. They lied on Christ, so of course they're gonna lie to you about anything. That's easy. That's slight work compared to what they did, how they lied on Christ, and that's breaking the law right there.
Sickness. They'll
And again, iniquity. I'm pretty sure iniquity equals sin, and sin is a transgression of the law, and sin equals death. That's another reason why they push an agenda, a satanic agenda, to break the law, because when you're breaking the law, you're at war with the Most High, Ahaya, and sin equals death. I mean, then a lot of the stuff like LGBTQ, the alphabet group, there's a lot of demonic spirits that come with that. So when you participate in stuff like that, activities like that, you're demonically possessed by something. Same thing about all these religions and holidays. You get demonically possessed by stuff because it's all satanic, witchcraft, Babylonian stuff. Like, you gotta do your research, bro. December 24th has nothing to do with Christ. It's not even in the Bible. Read Jeremiah 10. It talks against the literal holiday in the Bible itself, that it supposedly will be Christ's birthday. No, bro, it's Nimrod, it's Babylonian, bro. It's Talmud. Like, it's not anything to do with Christ at all. So people need to wake up to reality, bro. Like, stop the cap, stop trying to cope. Stop trying to be like, oh, nothing's bad. Oh, I'm gonna just celebrate. Everybody's doing this, so I'm gonna do it. Like, Bible says, the broad way leads to destruction, and the narrow straight path is the right path. So you can't just do what everybody else is doing. Like, I love how everybody forgot the whole, if everybody jumping off the bridge, or you gotta follow them or whatever that saying is. Like, and people do it all the time. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, if you see a trend on something, it's best if mainstream media, the news or whatever is saying something, like, it's best not to follow that. I'm telling you that right now, because you know what I'm saying. So yeah,
amongst us, and they'll tell you it's for everyone else, but really, when they say these function, the wickedness they be talking, it's really to make sure it settles on us. But they'll come out generally speaking to make you believe this is a policy for everyone. It's a policy for everyone. But really, it's to gain authority by keeping the children of Israel under dysfunction. Dysfunction is just another word. It's just something that comes out of the curse. Right? And they shall be for a sign and a wonder. Go down to the 64th verse now.
Yes, sir. 64.
64, this is the one I wanted to focus on.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
He will scatter thee among all people.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Even unto the other. We went into captivity. All of that. In 721, the kingdom was split. The 10 tribes left and were scattered in the different parts of the old world, and a lot of them came over to the new world. The only one who was left was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because we had to fulfill what? The prophecy of bringing forth the Messiah. This is why Judea stayed intact. But after Christ came and died to give us another opportunity, it was our turn to be what? Expelled from the land. See? It was our turn.
I actually gotta write that down.
We were given the land.
721 BC. The I love how people look at the time, bro. They got the whole before Christ thing. Probably Gap, bro. This is the second address too, which is part of the Bible.
Based on what? The agreement given to Moses. The land was an agreement by our God so that we could bring forth righteousness on the earth through that holy land. But if we're not going to be right with the Lord, what need of us to have a place of our own? See? So this is why the Gentiles push dysfunction, evil, and wickedness in the earth. Because they know it's going to disproportionately affect our people. The stuff they push on us, they would never push on their own people. Okay? They'll never push, but it's a systematic dysfunction to keep us under the curse. Why? Because once we come to the law, automatically before the heavens, the Most High places us above them. Automatically. And see, they're so arrogant and egotistical. This is what they can't stand. They can't stand a people who won't accept their authority, who questions their authority. See?
Yeah, man, you gotta question authority, man. I'm telling you. You know what's funny? A lot of media, like movies, animes, and shows, the authorities actually the bad ones, bro. If you watch a bunch of media, like movie shows and stuff, like a lot of the time, maybe the authorities, the actual wicked ones, deep in the corner doing some crap.
Egotistical. They're out of their minds.
God, question authority, man. Power corrupts, bro. People forgot that existed, or something like. Power corrupts. They got all this power and money. Why not lie? You believe in them so fucking much. They can easily lie, and they'll know you'll believe it because you're a sheep.
So when we push back, that's an anomaly to them.
Can't just be going around believing these motherfuckers,
what's
bro.
going on with you? You're supposed to trust us. You're supposed to believe everything we're telling you. You're the poor ones. You're the low ones. Automatically, when we come to the knowledge of the truth, folks, we get the authority back. Something changes in us. See? And they're rallying against this. Now they all are rallying all together, doing what? In panic. They would rather us listen and accept our own demise, orchestrated by the Gentile nations. Go ahead and take this stuff. Oh yeah, you're sick. Here's your temperature. Take this every 4 hours. Oh yeah, I got a diagnosis.
Yup. Don't take that mess, and that mess will kill you. Being dead, bro. Do not take no medicine, no Medicaid, no none of that, man. Unless you want to freaking be deceased. All drugs, bro. A doctor back in the day would be called a warlock, bro. A witch doctor, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man. People can cope all they want. You'll end up dying, man. I'm telling you. These hospitals be killing. Go look at Phantom, bro. When you went to the hospital, like, he was literally saying that a lot of his friends will never come out the hospital once they go in. So he was scared to go. So that dude was basically having a heart attack. He was seen to go to the hospital. Like that dude's like pagan out of his mind. He only read the Bible. Like, and he knows that. So you know, there's something to it. Because people, oh my god, he sealed my ultimate. Know something to it. Somebody like that says that. Systematic genocide, man. They ain't enforcing it no more. It's all systematic, man. Mental, psychological, biological, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man.
This is for you. This is what you have. Take this. And when we
Take
start
death.
saying, no, we good. Why do you take? I'm going to take what Abraham took. I'm going to take what our forefathers took, which was eating herbs to the earth, from the earth and all that. And they lived hundreds of years. That's what I'm doing. And they start looking at you because what? You're not going for the poisoning.
Yep.
And see, you're not going for the poisoning. They'd rather you just take the poison and die than they'll replace you.
Yep.
Okay? But they have other tactics I'm going to go into in a moment. But it says here, Elder Lawyer, that we're going to be scattered from one end of the earth even to the other. This is why we went into slave ships and all that. Here's the prophecy of what slave ships are about. It was a curse.
So those slave ships, like I was saying, those slave ships, bruh.
For our kingship and our priesthood turning their backs on God. See? Come on.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And there thou shalt serve what?
Other gods.
Other gods. Like what? The East Indians have Hindu gods. The Catholics worship the old gods that fell in the beginning. When they light candles,
Oh, yeah.
they're lighting candles to all.
A lot of people, I don't think a lot of people realize that, but yeah, when people say gods, oh, the Greek gods, the Egyptian, dude, those are just demons and fallen angels, bro. Anunnaki, same thing. They're not aliens. They're just fallen angels. Like the whole Samaritan, Lamaritan, Anunnaki, where the hell you call those? Antarctica, aliens. It's literally just fallen angels. The birds of heaven, fallen angels. When the earth was void and just darkness, they were trapped here, bro. The fallen angels. Then the ice covered them. Like, literally, when creation was happening, those things were just there. Those fallen angels were there, bro. Like, so.
Of the old gods pre-flood. And I can prove it.
Oh, yeah, and a lot of the other stuff, like Atlantis and all those underground, like the pyramids all over the place, underground cities and all that, that's all satanic, Babylonian, like Nephilim. Like, it's all satanic, bro. Like, if like those places flooded for a reason. The flood is what made all the states separate. Because what's it called? Eden, it's not Pangea. That's the government way of saying it. It was called Eden, where all the continents were together. But after the flood, they all separated and stuff, or just were underwater, really. But yeah,
There's no saints in the Catholic Church.
yes, and Nephilim made dinosaurs. Don't think, oh, 200 billion, dude. The Earth is like not even 15,000 years old, bro. So that all thing lie. Like, there's literally, they found proof of dinosaur skeletons like super above mountain level because they were floating on water, bro. Dinosaurs are just Nephilim creations, satanic, demonic creations that the Most High didn't even make. Those Nephilims, they mix DNAs of birds and reptilians to make those things, bro.
Saints is the cover for their idolatry.
That's the unclean
and their
animal in
secret
that Bible.
Worships to the gods. Muslims are worshiping many gods. It was once called Persian mythology. Okay? They don't believe in the true prophets. They're lying. They don't believe in the true prophets. I lived in the Middle East. And folks, if you believe they only worship Allah, you have no idea.
Allah equals Satan, by the way. There's another word for Satan. Literally.
Let me tell you, the black Muslims in America, or the Hebrews who've been converted to Islam in America.
Satan has many names, and that's one of them. Just like Yah, Jehovah, and all that other crap. Megatron, like Pam, Baal, Moloch, Angel of Death, Samiel, Lucifer. This man has like 1,000 names, bro.
Are more pious and upright than those in the Middle East, handling a religion given to us by them. And that's not saying much, because there's a lot of criminality that goes on with Muslims in our neighborhood. But I'll tell you this, in comparison to what goes on over there, our people don't know about all these other gods that they worship over in the Middle East. Okay, they worship many gods over there under the guise of Islam. But really, it's the ancient Persian mythology, Babylonian religion, the same worship of all Gentiles, worshiping these same gods under different languages. So with the Gentiles come what? Gods. And there thou shalt serve other what?
Other gods.
Other gods. What gods? The gods the Gentiles were currently paying homage to. He was telling Moses, when you fall, the Gentiles are going to force their gods on you. To a degree where your children will have to search for me. They have to find me through this confusion, this heathenistic confusion. Are y'all following me here? He was telling Moses, don't listen to these Gentiles. They crazy. They going out like the fallen gods. And eventually, they'll fall to the same judgment, hellfire. Because the gods they worship, some of them are bound in hell right now. Are bound in hell.
Yep.
When people
Azazel, the Mount. Okay, I'm gonna break this down. Oh, I died? No way, bro. Azazel. Book of Enoch, that's connected to the Bible. Mount Hermon. Remember Paramount? Those movies, Paramount Plus, with those stars? The mountain? The stars equals angels. So that's homage to fallen angels right there. They came down, had dealt with women and made those Nephilim. They taught man war and magic and all that. Look at the $1 bill with that pyramid on it. $1 bill got that pyramid on it, and that Great Pyramid is where Azazel was bound, and that's an actual Stargate to hell too, where that is. So, and guess what? All these politicians, high powers, they visit that shit once in a while, like communicating with these literal fallen angels, bro. Like, people gotta wake up to reality, bro. They gotta wake up. You gotta hurry up. Like, when you hear all the whole rumor thing, like, oh, aliens, the government communicates with aliens, like, it's fallen angels. Like, it's fallen angels, bro. Like, fallen angels. Oh yeah, this guy just got cooked. Yeah. That's where you get those mermaids from too, because those are the women that had relations with those fallen angels. They got cursed and turned into those sirens, aka mermaids. They're just sirens, bro. Like, mermaid thing don't exist either. Oh, this guy got cooked. Let's go.
Libations, that's an old ancient.
You talk about libations when you pour water in the grave. That's a ancient demonic thing too.
Ritual where the Nephilim was pouring water into the earth, hoping that it would nourish their fathers who was bound for disobedience. That's where libations come from.
I think I was talking over the part when he was burning candles, like burning incense. That's satanic too, like the candles and all that. He said that earlier.
When they say they're ancestors, they're not my ancestors. Okay. Those are not my ancestors down there. Those are the fallen who are under judgment. Thou shalt serve other gods, read.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood.
It's funny because like there's a lot of things that crawl out of hell. Like if you look at the rake and all that, those are things that crawl out of hell. So it's pretty wild. Those things really crawl out of hell. It's pretty crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Wood and stone. The Gentiles are idolaters. Out of their minds.
Oh yeah, and CERN opened up portals that have those things running out because the whole different dimensions, other timelines thing is just not it. It's not, bro. Tell you right now, man. If you open up a portal anywhere, bro, it's to hell or it's to heaven. So if they're using CERN to open up stuff, it's a portal to hell, man. So shit's just flying out of there, bro. So yeah.
Out of their minds. Tripping on power. And this is why when it comes to times like this where there's a shift
Power corrupts. Again.
in the earth, and every election cycle there's a shift in the earth, believe it or not, folks, where the Gentiles are jockeying for the power that was given once our people fell. Psalms 83 talks about this conspiracy that David highlighted against the children of God, where they'll have crafty counsel against us. And City Hall, in their private councils, in their newsrooms, they're talking about how to manipulate us to keep us under.
That's what I was just saying earlier. I think it was in Palms, somewhere in Palms in the Bible, they crafty council to get Israel, to have us forget who we are, and to have Israel erased from remembrance. God's people. So yeah, all nations got their hand in there, man, trying to do the satanic stuff. So
Their authority, whether it be
government at the top, obviously.
religion, whether it be sin, whether it be wickedness, whether it be falling to all of the ills we fell to in the Old Testament. The Gentiles establishes that amongst us to keep their authority over our children. Right? So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. With the Gentiles come a God. Now, of course, tomorrow I'm going into tracing the serpent seed, but I wanted to highlight a few things leading into tomorrow. The Most High is...
Yeah, they have a Hebrew Bible Academy, which is like $150, but you can pay in segments, so it's like $75, then another $75. HistoryTimes.org. Because obviously they can't say certain things because they're being silenced, so they have to have a website or Patreon to actually say everything. So yeah, or they wouldn't have John right now. This is like they're like what, 10, 15, I don't even know how many channels they went through already, bro. Shoot, I got notes. I post my notes in like most comic sections, and I'm almost banned from comedy, man, because I'm doing that. And it's just Bible verses, bro. People claim to be Bible believers and all that's Christians, but I post Bible verses. I'm almost banned for hate speech. It's crazy. I post that in my community post. So, saying, bro, people don't want that truth, bro. You can look up in the Bible, bro. I forgot what verse, but in the Bible, but people don't want the truth, bro. They want lies. They want smooth talk, bro. They don't want the truth. So, yeah.
It's our portion. We're his portion.
That's probably the evil spirits in people, though, in reality, but, yeah.
That means there's many gods, folks. There's many gods. Don't let them fool you into believing that it's mythology or myths. No, those are the gods that the elite worship in secret. These were real fallen gods. Okay? So, listen to this clearly. The Most High chose us, God's people. This is why we're suffering in the earth, because it's God's people who refuse to come back. You come under him, then the Most High, Christ, the angels say, let's go. Now let's beat the Gentiles down. But folks, we're not beating anything without our king, without our leader. Hey, the Gentiles cannot do anything against us without their leaders, without their gods. See, this is why the merchants that are coming over here, they are what? They're religious zealots.
Yeah, again, he means fallen angels, because Gentiles, they worship angels, and Israel, we actually worship the actual living God. So yeah, that's what they mean by that. That will make them Gentiles, because their idols, statues, they worship the creature and not the creator, basically. Because you can consider everything a creature except for the creator. So yeah.
They go to their temples. You see these East Indians? They'll be working in all these stores, but you'll see those dots on their heads on certain days, don't you?
Yep. Third eye, satanic. Very, 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 very satanic.
Right? You will see Catholics with ash on their head, which is really the same dot. Worshiping the same Tammuz. Okay? Worshiping Tammuz. So they are fervent in their religion. And we're the ones running around and confused in all of this with no direction, not realizing these people are aligned with an ancient religion to keep the children of Israel under their foot. And the only way to break free is to come back. Only way. Our people altogether must leave all orchestrated religion, all organized religion in these that's controlled by these Gentiles. If not, a spell continues over our people. A spell.
Yep, that's all I was saying. The last couple days or last week. It's all pagan. It's all satanic. It's all Babylonian, man. It's not just, dude. People think it's just their beliefs. We all have our own beliefs. It's nah, bro. Nah, man. People love that duality stuff. If there's lies, there's truth. If there's facts, there's opinions. If there's opinions, there's facts. Perception and all that is the same meaning as opinion, man. It's bro, assuming you're right is not gonna get you nowhere, man. You gotta have the truth. You gotta have the facts. The fact is that all that stuff is satanic and evil. So, can't follow it, bro. Can't just be oh, that's just why I believe, that's my belief. Nah, bro, it's satanic, man. You think it's good? It's not. I don't know, man. People legitimately think it's all just a belief. It's bro, it's not all just a belief, bro. There's actual facts somewhere. It's not just people's opinions and perception on life. Nah. That's your programming. That's why you think that. It's a program.
Let me show you something in Deuteronomy 32 real quick. Deuteronomy 32. So the Most High said he would scatter us amongst all people, and eventually we would begin to follow their religions, which is the form of what? Religious control. And some people might be confused.
Yep, they forced religion on us, and we were slaves. They killed our wise men and just forced down the satanic religion on us, known as Christianity. Pagan, satanic, just like the rest of them.
When we're in the Bible and teaching and saying,
they really forced it too. Literally the only day of rest slaves had was being taught occult religion. It's you think they wasn't gonna take that? It's crazy, bro.
And, well, it's a religion. That's what confuses you. No.
Yeah, a lot of people get that mixed up too. It's not religion. Like the Bible, Christ, the Most High Christ, God, does not equal religion. It does not equal the Bible. Christ doesn't equal the Bible. None of that equals the Bible. Because if you look at Christianity, Roman Catholics, they don't follow the Bible, bro. They don't follow it. Everything they teach is literally against the actual Bible. It's just they know we're so stupid not to actually read it for ourselves that they know they can teach this stuff. And plus there's spells and stuff too. But they just know how we are, man. Like, in the Bible it says Israel is stubborn, stiff-necked. So they know how ignorant we are, bro. So they can easily lie to us and we'll actually believe that crap. So it's pretty crazy.
We follow the laws of God. We follow what's written in the book. So people get confused and say, well, what you're dealing with is really no different than what they're dealing with a different interpretation. That's a lie. The Bible only has one narrative. It only has one interpretation. See? And it cannot be mated with any other record of the Gentiles. Let's go to Deuteronomy. I'm in Deuteronomy now, Elder Lawyer. Mm-hmm. And let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
Yes, sir. Deuteronomy 32, verse 8.
Yes, sir.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, he separated the sons of Adam. Now, when did he separate the sons of Adam? After the flood. Japheth went into Asia and Asia Minor. Shem went into the places we call the Middle East. And Ham was predominantly North Africa. He set Japheth on the other side of the Mediterranean. When he separated the sons of Adam, he set bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Now, the question is, how could he have set the number according to Israel when there were no Israelites when the land was divided? So now it's not speaking of Israel in particular, more so than the number. The number is what it's focusing on. What is Moses saying right here? He divided the nations according to the number of the Israelites who came into Egypt. How many came into Egypt? Elder Lawyer, if you will. Let's go to the book of Exodus. Let's go to the book of Exodus, the first chapter. Let's read it.
Exodus 1 and 5.
Exodus 1 and 5.
And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls.
Were what?
Were 70 souls.
Were what?
Were 70 souls.
Were 70 souls, read.
For Joseph was in Egypt already.
For Joseph was in Egypt already. So it's more so the number of 70. The number of Israelites that walked into Egypt and gained preeminence and power and also ruled Egypt for a time. This was before the nation of Israel. We were the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and 70 of our family went into Egypt during a famine. A famine that's recorded. I have the books here. It's recorded on the hydroglyphs and papyrus that this famine actually happened.
The famine.
And they have the paperwork. And right now it's in the British Museum. And I have the book right now in my library. So
the famine that Joseph had that dream. This is how Joseph got into power. He was in prison for like what, 12 years? And he had the Prince of Egypt was having a dream. And he couldn't figure it out. And Joseph could decipher it because God, the Most High, was giving him the interpretation. He ended up being the king of Egypt because he saved Egypt from the famine. So yeah, that's that little famine right there. Joseph wanted Jacob 12 sons because his brothers like sold him out. So he was a slave in Egypt for a long time. He went from being an imprisoned slave for 12 years into just being the king of Egypt, just like that. That's how you know it's the Most High. Like, you can watch the movie, Prince of Egypt. They got a decent interpretation of it in a movie, DreamWorks. Pretty good, pretty good.
What happened? Okay, I have the archaeological proof. 70 souls went into Egypt. So now that gives us a precept understanding of what it's talking about in Deuteronomy 32. Now let's go back, if you will, Elder Lawyer. Mm-hmm. Deuteronomy 32, let's read that.
Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
Uh-huh.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
That means eventually he would separate the people on earth into 70 different nations. Now, that 70 would come out of the three: Ham, Shem, and Japheth. See? The Israelites would have a nation out of that. Esau would have a nation out of that, even though we're both Shemites. Ishmael would have a nation. It would be 70 nations on the earth, and folks that have never changed. It doesn't matter about them showing mixed people and all that. There is no such people as mixed people.
Yep.
The Father carries the seed.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what you look
What
on
your
the
father
outside.
is, that's what you are.
The Father carries the
In
seed.
race.
Now, it does matter to some degree, but there are what? There are nuances. There are exceptions. So when people are mixed and all that, people would think that, well, hold up, they're mixed race. No, you are what your father is. And that person is what his father was. And you take those fathers all the way back, and it leads to one nation out of the 70.
Yep.
Period. You got that? So, for instance, if a white man lay down with a Philippine woman and have a child, like Keanu Reeves, I think his mother is Japanese, his father is white. That's an Edomite. So, the Most High is not the author of confusion. It's done down here so that people would get confused. But the Most High know exactly what nation is who, regardless of how you look on the outside. Whether or not you're mixed or whatever the case is, you are the seed of your father. That's the nation you follow. Now, I need y'all to check this out.
Yep.
This is where
Jewish people go against that, by the way. They say it's through the mind, which is a lie. That's Babylonian right there.
When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. He separated the world into 70 different nations. Right? But check out what he says in the 9th verse. Read it, Elder Lawyer.
For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
But Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Out of all the 70, the Most High chose Jacob. He's the lot. We're the lot of his inheritance. We were the people who were intended from the beginning to hold this earth and uphold the law in the earth for all nations to follow. We were the people. We are the people. We're trendsetters. And this is why the wicked incentivize evil amongst us. Because when we take on something, even wickedness and evil, the world falls into what? Chaos. So they use our influence for darkness.
Yep.
Knowing the gift the Most High has given us.
Look at the popular people. Look at the rappers.
What? the prince of the power, the heir to the throne of God on earth through Christ. We're the heir. So instead of us using our influence for righteousness, the devil, the Gentiles, Esau, have tricked us into using our influence for the dark side.
Yep. Look at the Hollywood. Look at
That's why the law is so
celebrities.
important. He says, you're my portion. Now, you're my portion opposed to what? Let me show you this. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 32, excuse me, Elder Lawyer, and read the 8th verse.
Yes, sir. Verse 8.
Come on.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance,
Hit the like button. Come on.
when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Now, when you go into what? When you go into the Septuagint, it gives it more context on the spiritual level. When you go into the Septuagint, which is what? The Septuagint, brothers and sisters, is the 70 of the Old Testament, which was translated from Hebrew into the original Greek writing. The first translation out of the Hebrew into the Greek in the 4th century is what the Septuagint is. And it gives you a more detailed context of what this is saying. Let's go to the Septuagint of the lawyer. And now let's read Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Let's read it.
Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations, or when the Most High divided the nations, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the nations according to the number of the angels of God.
He set the Hebrew into the original Greek detailed context.
When the Most High divided to the nations, or when the Most High divided the nations, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the nations according to the number of the angels of God.
He set the bounds of the nations according to the number of the angels of God. So when were the sons of Noah, separated? At the Tower of Babel. When the Gentile nations went off to build a tower for Satan against the Most High.
Yep. That's where you get your Babylonian
High
from.
technology to go out and
CERN. That's
We'll be
CERN. Same
talking
thing
about
as
this out
CERN
of the
too.
book of
There's
Jasher
a
tomorrow.
giant tower. They
NASA,
go up in
the
heaven,
space
open
program
up
of
the
Israel.
portal to get in
Everything
there
you see
and fight the
today
Most High.
is them
That's what Satan planned
accomplishing
with.
what Nimrod could not at the Tower of
Then
Babel.
Ramesses Babylonian,
Ham,
right
Shem,
there,
and
Tower of
Japheth.
Babel. Satan.
So when they went up against the Almighty, the Most High sent down 70 angels to divide the tongues, to split the tongues, so that they could
Yep,
no
that's where we
longer
get Babylon
communicate
from. Babel.
and continue the build into heaven. Each of these angels who came down are spoken of, listen to this clearly, throughout all ancient religions
Yep.
of Gentiles.
They started
The
worshiping them. That's
Hindus,
what makes them Gentiles.
the Chinese.
Because they started worshiping the
All
angels
of them
instead
talk
of the
about the
creator.
angels coming down. Well, they began to make temples to that one angel that separated the tongue. That's why you have all these different religions out here
Yep.
to serve that particular God who had power to do what? Split the nations. So the Hindu has a God. See that? The Cushites have gods under Nimrod, the original ones, Semiramis and others. The white man has a God, but his God is Samael.
Yep. Satan.
Samael is Satan.
Esau. Edomites.
See?
Red.
And you can guess what? This is nothing new.
Romans. Khazarians. The serpent people.
The Jewish Encyclopedia breaks
Those
down
are the
that
high
Samael
top
is the
1%
God
Jewish
of
people,
Edom.
bro.
So only when the
Satanic
white man
program,
walk away
Moloch
from their religions
sacrifices
and
of
come to the knowledge
children,
of
all that,
God
bro.
is he on course to serve righteously in Christ's kingdom. Arabs, all of them have a different God over them. That's why it says, and the nations according to the number of the angels of God. So every God that splitted the tongue, 70 came down. The Gentiles began to make what? A religion to sacrifice to that particular God. That's why you have all these religions out here. And hence the reason in the next verse it tells us, and his people Jacob became the portion of the Lord.
Yo.
So our portion is with our God. Their portion is with the gods
Those
that
people
that
started
came
worshiping
down to split the
angels,
tongue.
bro.
Now you see why there's
That's
so
where you
many
get all
different
that
religions
Indian stuff
under
from. The
different
Indian
languages.
tribes start sacrificing their children because something came out the
But
sky.
they have one thing in
Sun
common.
god, sky
They
god, whatever the
all
hell.
serve and worship
Because they literally
that
saw something come
same
out the sky
religion
and they started worshiping.
that they the evil and wicked
Babylonian.
religion of Babylon.
Just like
is
Babylon,
what
those
they
angels
all
came down and
served
split the
under
tongues.
the surface. The foundation of all their religions is the worships they learned at
And it
the
was
Tower
probably in
of
like a
Babel.
UFO because chariots in the Bible are UFOs from heaven. So yeah. So
In the
people get that
next
confused
verse,
too.
it tells us,
Because
and his
Saracerms and
people Jacob
cherubims, they look like
became the
UFOs,
portion
I guess.
of the Lord.
So yeah.
So our
They're
portion
not
is
aliens,
with
though.
our
They're
God.
just spirits. They're like angels.
Their portion
All right.
is he on course.
I'm about to come back in like 30 minutes.